Do you guys have a rare penny that's worth a lot of money? Well, here are some that you could be looking for. So yes, today we're going to be looking at some rare pennies that you can easily spot, even 2023 pennies that you can look for that are selling for some really good money. So first up here is a wheat penny from the year 1944. This coin was actually struck onto a thick planchet, so an overweighted planchet. So the easiest way to find this error is obviously to weigh every single penny you have. If you find a penny that weighs over 4 grams, it's probably struck onto a thick planchet or an overweighted planchet. Now this coin here ended up selling for $288. Moving right along, another example of an overweighted planchet. This coin weighs over 4 grams. It's a 1945 wheat penny that sold for $180. Moving on to a very noticeable, easy to spot mint error penny here, 1959 wheat penny that was struck through here on the obverse of the coin, and it was struck through a piece of cloth. That's why you see that textured design there, because of that cloth design there being struck into the obverse of the coin. And this coin ended up selling for $480 at auction. Super rare mint error there. Here's another strike through. However, this strike through is a little bit different. Now there's all kinds of different strike throughs that can take place on different coins, of course. This is the 1960 Lincoln penny. It is the small date, by the way. So here's an example of what the small date and large date, the difference is between those two. You can just pause the screen and kind of visually see those differences. You can most noticeably see it on the 0. You got more of an open 0 on the date as opposed to less space in that 0 of the date. That's an easy way to distinguish a large date from small date 1960 penny. So this Lincoln cent was struck through a piece of string, and that piece of string is actually retained into the coin there going through Liberty. So this coin ended up selling for over $200. Moving right along to a 1961 penny, where the reverse here has a staple that was struck into the coin. So that is a very rare mint error as well, very obvious to spot in circulation or when you're coin roll hunting pennies from the bank. This coin sold for $576. Such a nice mint error, man. I mean, even in that condition, look at it. It's definitely been circulated for years. Someone actually found it and got it graded and made some money, over 570 bucks. Now here again is a double denomination error. We've spoke a lot about these coins in the past. They've happened on all kinds of different dated, Roosevelt dimes and Lincoln pennies. So this is where we have a Lincoln cent design that was struck onto a Roosevelt dime, and it's a 1968 penny design that was struck onto a 1965 dime. So you'll see both designs of the dime and the penny. This coin is also a proof coin, so super rare to have this happen, especially on a proof coin. And this coin ended up selling for over $3,800. That's right, nearly a $4,000 coin. This next coin is one of my favorites of the video. I believe we've covered this in the past. It's a 1972 Lincoln penny design that was actually struck onto a 1971 penny. So you'll see both designs of the 1972 and 1971 penny. You'll see actually the date 1971 there very faintly. You'll see the Liberty there twice as well. And then you'll see the rest of the Lincoln cent design also, and that is taking place, of course, on the reverse of the coin as well. Very noticeable mint error, easy to spot, but you always got to pay attention closely to your coins because you never know if you may come across something that's rare. And this coin ended up selling for over $1,500. Now we looked at a coin that was struck through a piece of cloth. This one here is the same exact thing, but you can see it on the whole obverse of the coin, that cloth texture. I mean, it's just a really nice mint error coin here, graded at a mint state 64 by NGC. This coin sold for over $700. I mean, $700 for one penny. Now here's an error that you can always look for on your coins. It is a die break, also referred to as a cud. This is a very large die break. These could be very, very small on the rim of the coin, or they could take up a large portion of the coin like this one here is. This is such a simple error to look for. I found numerous of these from the bank and coin rolls, but you do have to search a lot of rolls, of course, to find good stuff like this. This is pretty rare to find one this large. This coin ended up selling for over $110. Next up is again an easy error to spot on your pennies. It is an unplated planchet, well, a partially unplated planchet in this case, and this penny is from 1982. So this coin ended up selling for $150 at auction, again graded by NGC. Now here's a 1983 penny, and as we zoom in on the coin, you can see that hole in the middle. So this Lincoln cent design was actually struck onto a defective hold planchet. So that will give the coin a lot of value. This penny sold for $300. Next up is a misaligned obverse die taking place on a 1983 penny. Again, this error is easy to spot. You can see that around the rim of the coin, and this penny ended up selling for around 40 bucks at auction. So not a super rare mint error or valuable, as compared to the other coins we've looked at, but it's a $40 penny from 1983. Here's another 1983 penny where it has a partial plating, kind of similar to the other coin that we looked at, but this coin here sold for around $150, and it's graded by NGC at a mint state 64 red brown. Now here is a coin or a fragment where a lot of people may confuse this with damaged or, a beat up coin. Maybe it's been on a railroad track or something, but it's actually a genuine mint error. And this coin sold for $170. So we have the Lincoln cent design that was struck onto a piece of fragment, only weighs a ½ gram, as opposed to, its regular weight of 2.5 grams for a 1988 penny. Now here is the year 2000 penny. We looked at the double denomination error on a previous date. This is the same exact thing or very similar. We have a 2000 Lincoln cent that was struck onto a 2000 Roosevelt dime. So that will give the coin an extreme amount of value. This coin ended up selling for $840. Moving on to a 2015 Lincoln penny. Now we got the shield reverse here. This coin has a split die. So we can see that there as we zoom in on the obverse of the coin, going from one side of the coin all the way to the other side of the coin. And this coin ended up selling for over $190. So, even modern coins, guys, you can look for errors on, especially this penny here. This is a 2023 penny that sold for $1,400 on eBay. This is incredible. So for the 2023 pennies, we've made a whole video about these, but for anyone that has not seen it, this is what you want to look for. So on the shoulder of Lincoln, there's VDB initials. That is the designer's initials, right? Well, next to the VDB on the 2023 penny, you want to look for that extra V right there to the right of the initials. That extra V is giving these coins an extreme amount of value. Now, the reason that this penny actually sold for $1,400 is because of the fact that it is graded at a mint state 68 red. Now, a lot of these that have been found have been graded at a 67, 66, 65, but if there's only one or a couple that are graded at a 68 or a 69 or maybe even a perfect 70 grade, then that will increase the value tremendously, because if there's thousands graded at a 67 and only 2 graded at a 68, the demand for that 68 is going to be much higher, which ultimately increases the value or the price of the coin. But even ungraded, these coins are selling for hundreds of dollars with that extra V. So they're being found. The more that they find them out there in circulation or from the bank, the less that people are going to start paying for them. So I see the value of those going down if people continue to find the extra V, because the more on the market, the less value it's going to be. Supply and demand. So feel free to check out the rest of the coin videos here on the channel. We are uploading coin videos every single day. And don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.